Okay, here's a question where you have to take that data and from the data enter it in the table like I've done here, and it'll form some dots, which I don't see any of here. Where are they? Oh, there they are. There we go. Okay, so it's looking like a nice periodic function there. So what I want to get from that is a function that describes that pattern. So below here, I need to enter that formula. So it's going to be y1 tilde, and then I've got a. Okay, I've got to remember how to do this. Sine, bracket, b bracket, x minus c over b, bracket, bracket, plus d. There we go. What am I missing? Oh, it has to be an x1. There we go. So when you do that, I look and I see my black line is following those dots pretty close. And right down below there, it'll tell me what the values of A, B, C, and D are. Let me just write them down. Oh, and we can actually check to see what I got. I got 51.13. Oh, they're a little bit out. So it's one of these two here. So it's either this one or this one, and then 1.65, and I've got about 1.64, so it's pretty close. Oh, but they've written their function in a different way though. But their D value is 49.67. I'd probably be leaning toward letter C for my answer there. And they might have used a different regression analysis than Decimals uses, so the numbers might be out a little bit. But notice that the way they wrote their function, they didn't put brackets in there between the B and the C. And I don't know if we need to do that to answer the question. I guess to pick the right function, we would have to. Anyway, I would be going that C is the closest one. But let's answer some of their other questions. So it says use sine to find an equation that fits the sine curve data. And unless I made a mistake on some of the numbers, I don't think I did, but I might have made a mistake. That'd be one thing I would go back and check to make sure the numbers are correct. I'd probably be going with the letter C. Okay, graph the data done. Curve on your graphic calculator. Find the period. Okay, so to find the period of any function, it's 2 pi divided by b. So if b is 0.20, what do I have? I have 0.20 as well. So if b is 0.20, I'm going to take 2 pi and divide it by 0.20. So what will that come out to? Guess we can do that in decimals. Whatever 2 pi divided by 20 is. Let me do it down here. Okay, so oops, I need to be able to see it. Okay, so 2 pi divided by 0.2. So 31.4. The period would be about 31.4. Okay. Okay, so I've got the period. Then they say, use the equation to predict the percentage of the moon that will be illumined on February 3rd. So February 3rd, it looks, oh, let me move this down. So February 1st would be day 32, 33, 34. So this is February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and I want the 3rd. So then what I would do is I just plug a 34 in to my function that I have right up here. Yeah, I guess right there. So with all those numbers in there for A, B, and C, and D, I'd plug those numbers in here, and then I plug the number 34 in for x. And I could solve that to see what y is equal to. Now I can do that, but decimals also allows you to do something like this. Down here, what I could do is I could just type x equals, where's my x, is equal to, I was having to move up. Just going to get rid of some of that stuff I drew on top of there. So I'm just going to write x is equal to 34. And then over on 34, it draws a line there. And what you can do is just tap in between there. So at 34, on day 34, or in other words, February 3rd, the, what is it showing? Percentage of the moon showing would be 90.2. Okay, other things that they could have asked is they could have asked the amplitude. And of course, the amplitude is just the absolute value of A. So I was getting 51.29. So absolute value 51.29 is 51.29. They could have asked for a horizontal translation or a vertical translation. So this would be the vertical translation. And C over B will be the horizontal translation. In trig things, we call that the phase shift. So C is 1.65 and divide that by B is 0.20. So if you when you divide that, that'll give you a phase shift. Okay, hopefully that helps you going through that regression question.